which is this 8-pointed star. These 8 points, the 4 directions, and 4 in between, 1 in the middle, 9 is perfection. That we're bringing Earth into perfection with our thoughts, our vibrations, our prayers for these trees and these rivers and microorganisms, especially because of reinstating that energy. So the microorganism is growing underneath these what do you call this?
The moss.
Moss.
The mycelium you mentioned.
Oh yeah, that's huge.
So the mycelium.
I didn't know you, on one of the slides, maybe several, it said 19 plus 1 equals 20. But, so you're saying 19 generations of people back, and now we're shifting.
So like our looking horse is known as a 19th generational white buffalo calf woman pipe carrier, that he would be the last.
Interesting.
So that pipe is disintegrating. The buffalo that was once standing on it is crumbling, and so that buffalo is fading and crumbling particle by particle off the pipe.
Wow.
When that is crumbled and fallen off, that means we go into 20.
Well, it was very interesting because
The
a friend of
20th
mine
generation.
took me to.
White buffalo calf woman has been with all nations and cultures in the red nations, so it's known as white buffalo woman to us. And so she instructed us with the sacred instructions of all nations and cultures underneath the teachings of White Eagle, who was known as the chief of the chief of the chiefs of the chiefs, chiefs. She was known by many names in North and Central and South America. And these instructions would be delivered to the nations and cultures of all those who enter into the Americas to activate them to understand that they had ceremonies the same and similar as the Red Nation. And they would practice them, and these would go to the 4 directions of the earth that represented the black, white, and yellow red nations on the 4 quadrants of the earth, where they are on the continents, that we would now bring awareness of how to heal nature with love underneath the time when the white buffalo would appear, which the time is now, that we would now purify all things, ourselves and the planet and this is where we're at now. And we're in that time, and we're going into a more of a faster vibrational energy frequencies, which are actually slowing down. It seems like it's fast, but it's actually slowing down. But that's why we're told to go calm, go gentle, move like the turtle slowly. So the teachings of the turtle is when the turtle moves its arm or its leg and goes this way, it's looking behind it 360 degrees. And when the other leg comes like this, it's going like this. And sees all things and knows where it came from, and knows where it's been, and knows where it's going. And so we move like this, we'll see all things as we move slowly. If we race like the tortoise and the hare raced by and missed everything and went to sleep, and then the tortoise won the race because that rabbit, there's an analogy of racing too fast and missing things along the way that's important to learn from. And that means foolishness. And then here we are now. So that white buffalo is here, which represents the black and the white of the gentle divine feminine and masculine energy of the yin and the yang. And so this is why we're here. This is why we have a black dog and a white dog. And so
How did it then, like, what's next? If, like, because I'm a big ritual person, but those are going to drift away now, the pipe.
so the 20th time will be here. In the 19th generation, now we're in the 20th generation. In the 20th generation, all things will be renewed, and new things and new ways will come into being. And at this time, no one really knows what that will be. It will be created by us as we move along as the 20th generation into the future. It will be whatever we come up with to be that. We'll be following nature's laws in another way, in a new way. All dreams and visions and messages will bring that way into the visionaries of the seers, the intuitive, the psychic peoples, and the crystal children. And these children have brought all these things into us, and we're to honor them, and we are them too. But many of us forgot because we got locked down in the dumbing down of societies known as education and religions. Took down our emotions by what happened to these man-made laws, and we're that. And now the children have come in to break those systems. So a lot of them don't like going to the schools, so they retaliate against those things. And they're not into competing for grades or into being what they feel is important for them to learn. And we're here to help them learn their gifts. If they like mathematics, that's great. If they like spelling, good. It's all basic fundamentals, that everyone gets the basic fundamentals, but the teachings are in the schools, they will follow these ways under the animal. If they're animal communicators, that's that. The animal circles will come together, the messengers say, that the animals want to sit in a council with the humans, and the birds, the rivers, the mountains will all sit in a council. We'll communicate for them. Those who are the gifted ones that communicate for the trees, or for the animals, or for the birds, or the insects, or the microorganisms, the mycelium network. All things are going to be coming into councils now and immediately, that this is the way of the future. And the future will teach us all this wisdom that will bring the new way, which is the old way, coming into the new. Letting go of the old ways that no longer serve a purpose, moving into the new way. How the old way was brought into existence will be similar to the new way that it will be created by the dreams and the visions and the messages of the new, of the spiritualness of these deities and spiritual beings that will bring us this great clarity for the future. So the sun, moon, stars, and planetary systems of the universe and the cosmos, these things will come into play automatically every day, every night. And the messengers say, keep your hearts open, consider this information, for what's going to be will be. And so the question is, it's not to be, it's, you know, that question that, that phrase that was put out by Shakespeare, to be or not to be, it's not a question anymore, it's to be, and we will be, and those who choose not to be, that's their choice.
That would have changed the whole play.
So we get to have fun and play on the planet, whatever you want to play with. It's your choice. It's everyone's free will choice.
It's really amazing because these kids that are coming into the world, and the kids that I work with in preschool, they don't want to compete. They're not into competing at all. And
True that.
like when I go back to the high school that I just was in a little bit ago, it's like night and day. We just, like, sports have gone downhill, but that's okay. Because like all, like on the walls, their artwork is amazing, and like the creativity is blossoming.
True that.
And so yeah, Orcas Island.
You mentioned that story so much about the turtle, you know, the tortoise and the hare. It's really nice that a bunch of people chipped in and they bought us this mountain, Turtleback Mountain, to learn from. This is my favorite classroom anywhere on the planet.
Yeah.
You could come up here and just take a little stroll over there, and it comes through clear as anything, like clear water. Whatever you're looking for is right here in these hills. So thanks for that.
Thank you.
Turtle.
Thank you, Mama
Big turtle.
Thank you, Mama.
So this represents a turtle in the circle. And so we call it the turtle because it's got 4 points of the legs, and then it's got a head and a tail. So it is the turtle's back, because the medicine world ceremony is the turtle. And so this is that. And you can look at it from the sky and draw it on the paper, and then you see the legs, the 4 directions. That represents the front legs, back legs, and then you put the head and the tail on it, and now you got the turtle. So this is Turtle Island. This is the way to heal nature, through this powerful energy of the circle. So transmute it, and this is why we're here, to ask you to adopt this ceremony again, and to promote beauty on Orcas Island. So we're asking you to consider to do these ceremonies coming up on the equinoxes and solstices, to continue to do these ceremonies during those times, and on the 13 moons, to use these circles to bless nature 4 months ahead for the seasons. And whatever the seasons get out of balance, you balance it, because nature goes out of balance by whatever's going on with electromagnetic energy forces that's going against the force field. Whatever goes against the force, like Yoda says, I feel a disturbance in the force. Well, you feel it because you're connected to the web, the mycelium network, and that takes nature out of balance. So nature is now changed. So nature is never ever going to be the same that it ever was. So we're now told to reset nature, recalibrate nature with these ceremonies. And this is a major one right here. The Galactic Confederations had mentioned to me a while back through called the Group of 40. 40 groups around the world are promoting healing by looking into bio-relativity, is by looking into the environment and intuitively in clearing negativity out of the environment. So what they are doing now, they are adopting the ceremony, and now they know, White Eagle told them that this is the ceremony that will bring congruency back to the earth. All negativity and energy will be transmuted through this medicine wheel way. And the Galactic Confederations backed that up, and they sent messages to these ones who communicate with the Alterians, and the Samarians, and the Palladians, and the Councils of 12. They have all agreed and know that this is a way that will help bring gentleness to the planet and create all sustainability will be done through these kinds of ceremonies. Underneath the heart, that the way that you provide this to be will be like magic, bringing clarity and blessing the things that are not moving forward very well, that's causing dysfunction, not allowing the people to move forward, will be cleared and cleansed. It's going to happen that these people move out of the way, but the thing is, this is a way to promote beauty in your homelands, in this island, in all islands on Turtle Island. Mother Earth is that turtle. She is this Mother Earth. She is this being in this blue water planet, this blue jewel that's shining so brightly. And as this energy increases, she'll become the brightest star ever that she once was, will be bright again, because electrical current will charge these energy lines known as a web of life, that's known as Grandmother Spider's web, which is known as the grids, that we are the ones who have been sent to energize that grid and charge it up with high vibrational, beautiful current and energy. So we're the ones that's going to be doing that. And the star nations are helping us above and below. And they will arrive one day. So they're preparing to land, to come from above and below. They're already walking with us already. And they look like us, but we may not know them. But we sure know that they're a lot different when we meet them. And some of them are sitting around the circle, maybe not even knowing or remembering, but some of them do remember. So we are them, them are us is them, we are another each other, so we're all like each other. That's the main thing they want us to remember. Promote the light, the beauty from your hearts. Follow the light, follow your heart, follow your being, follow your gifts. Get your voices back, speak your truths, get into it now. Speak your beauty, speak your gifts, be you. And the men that are dysfunctional with you, and the men and women both, we will walk away from some of that, but we're there to help them get through it. So some of us will do that for them. But it's our task. It's your task. If you choose to hang on to those negative men and women in your lives, relatives, children, you'll help them bring them through. But the main messages that has been sent to many of us are saying, if you take on their sadness and sorrow that they created for themselves, and you put yourself in that position, your frequencies won't match the high frequencies coming in. It's going to teach you lessons to let them be what they have made for themselves, because they only came in through us to get here, to go through their experiences, and we're to allow them to have their experiences and not take on any of their sadnesses or sorrows or pain. Yes, hold love and compassion for them and that, but let them be their experience and be your own. If you take on their experiences and hurt your heart, those things, then that's going to take you in a low frequency, and the energy could erase you from this dimension. So if you get sad and sorrowful,